Gotta get out of California. Folks, how you doing? Welcome back. It's Charlie. It is Monday morning, November 29th, 2021, and I am today in downtown LA at El Pueblito, Olvera Street, and Union Station. Thought I'd come down here and get the heck out of the house and just see what it is like over here. I was kind of thinking that maybe perchance, it might be already decorated for Christmas, but it looks to appear that they're still in the process. They do have the nativity scene over here in the gazebo, but yeah, even Union Station hasn't even brought in their regular large Christmas tree that they have kind of like in their quad area or whatever you want to call it. But they do have a smaller Christmas tree, which is very, very pretty at the entrance of Union Station. But we'll take a look at that later. Here we have La Luz del Dia, the light of day. My favorite restaurant. I will try to remember to put some information down, but in the meantime, here's a little ease of things. Menu, it's gone up quite a bit. Looks like it's gone up maybe about $3 or so. There is the code for you guys to check out so you can see the menu. My dad's old favorite restaurant is over down at the other main entrance. It's very quiet today. From Monday, I would say, because there's still a lot of people that are traveling. And there's another tour bus. Boy, I have had my share of tour buses this weekend for sure. I am very exhausted. This is a very beautiful Catholic church over here. Let's go look at it. This is one of the first early settlements here in Los Angeles. This is where the terminology came from, basically. I would say maybe only diehard Californians and Angelinos. We are Californios. That is the name of a citizen here in California. Mainly so here in Los Angeles. And then we have this beautiful piece of architectural beauty. El Camino Real. You'll have to excuse me if my enthusiasm level is not quite up to normal par. I'm just not really feeling it. Not really feeling much of anything as of lately. So amazing. Check it out. During the holidays here, should be coming up actually quite soon. God's grace will save you. I don't know if they're going to have it here, but we have what is, I remember being here every year when I was a kid, called Las Posadas. And Las Posadas is basically the reenactment of Mary and Joseph looking for a place to bed down and have baby Jesus. This is across the street looking at Pueblito. I've always loved these huge trees. And that over there was, I believe, is the first established fire station or firehouse. Horse-drawn, of course. They do on quite a lot of occasions clean this area up because There is quite a bit of homeless folk here. As I said, feel a lot safer being on sanctified grounds. I've had a lot of friends that have lived here. And none of you were expecting this, were you? Kind of faded and worn. To say that LA, Los Angeles, California does not have much of a history would really be lying. A lot of history. The Los Angeles River was the lifeline for the early settlers here. And this is exactly what it looks like way before Dodger Stadium was ever built up there. And before they harnessed and created the LA River, the concrete river. I am loving the serenity right now. El Coyote is probably something that you have heard throughout last year, especially this year. It's south of the border. The illegal crossings. Coyotes were and still are very much. They're the ones that transport migrants or illegal aliens, if whatever your take is. I remember as early as when I was a kid, they were charging anywhere from $200, $300, $500 per person just to get across the border, and not in really great conditions. A lot of people have perished and died in trying to cross under the circumstances and under the conditions that they smuggle human lives. And this represents the coyote, and these are the people, basically. So where did the terminology wetback came from? Well, the terminology wetback came from crossing the Rio Grande, because you get your back wet, you get soaked. It's not really a name that I like. I've been called that many a times. Oh, you effing wetback. Especially by Carla. That street over there, plus the backside, used to be filled with a lot of homeless people over here making little encampments. This is somewhat fairly new. I'd say less than 10 years, maybe. The Department of Water and Power is over there. That has a great history over there as well. Bio Pico. During last year's riots down here in Los Angeles, this whole area over here was just encapsulated with so many So many homeless people. I was down here doing videos and stuff, and the BLM movement was down here. And basically just, there's still a lot of people over there. You can kind of see. Talking about how only certain lives matter, when there were literally about, I don't know, maybe 100 or so tents all up and down the freeway, especially down here. This whole area was thick with just people, you know. It was saddening, you know. They're down over here by City Hall and down up over there. KTLA was over there. I was over there filming, and they're just spouting. And yet, even though there were black lives over here that were homeless, they were not given a care about anyone or anything else except whatever it was, whatever kind of venom that they were just spewing. And yes, I do mean venom. Boogie boogie trees. So vibrant. Can't even imagine what the rent is there. There is significantly a lot less people here on the streets. I hope that a lot of that is in great part that they've housed a lot of people, and actually just down the way there is a village that they built over there, housing complexes, container homes and everything. But last year this was really thick. It was very heart-wrenching. And you can see over there by the entrance, especially down up over on the overpasses, there were a lot of people over there. A lot. City Hall's over here, court systems over here. And then right next to over here we have these apartments. Chinatown starts just at that intersection, just right there at those lights. And there's my former co-worker's hotel or apartment. Big joke. One of my former co-workers and friends, her name is Jay, and these apartments over here are called the J apartments, spelled the same. But I joked with her last year when I came down here and took videos, and I'm telling her, God, I didn't know you were such a real estate mogul. And she's like, what? And I showed her a picture, and she just laughed. She's like, God, Charlie, you just go everywhere, don't you? I'm like, yeah, well, yeah. And here you can purchase flowers and veladores, so you can come over here and pay your respects. Looks to be power washing the wall. I apologize for the noise. And you buy your candles and your flowers, and you come over here and you pay your respects. Normally here too is filled with a lot of candles and flowers. They do rotate every so often because they just would like to give a chance to people to pay their respects. As I said, the Posadas, I believe I don't really remember all too well. I believe they start over in this area. And then it goes across the street to the Gazebo. This is also where, well, we have a lot of services here. This is one of the most beautiful places that I remember as a small child. It's changed quite a bit, actually. They did have a place over here with the Virgin Mary or La Virgen de Guadalupe. This is I believe this is the older part of the church. There's two little cathedral areas. But this is all adobe, if I'm not mistaken. The other part of the church is over here. This is the older part. This is the gilded part. This is very beautiful in there.
A mí me pasó lo mismo y la encontré gracias a mi Padre Dios. Sí, sí, claro que sí, nos va a bendecir a todos. Ok, que tenga buen día. Ande.